Start streaming there. Okay. Now we're cooking with grease over here. And then, oh yeah, I need to pop out chat. Pop that out. Bam. Just like that. Scroll him down. Slide back to OBS. Okay. Let me grab the phone and let me share this joint out real quick, right? Mm-hmm. What's up, Pat? What's going on, man? What's up, Pat? For sale. Yo, Matt. Pat and Matt, you guys are here. Yo. Mm. Mm. Okay. We're cooking now. We are. Sally Sell. What's up, Sally? What's up? What's going on? What's the deal? Man, I gotta get on the road for a minute, man. So I don't know what what to think here. But it is what it is, right? It is what it is. Um, look through the slate, look through a lot of spots and stuff like that. Uh, I don't know, right? If you got access to the books and stuff like that, trying to with a bet, I've been losing. I know, right? If you got access to the books and stuff like that, it's definitely major key that you do yourself a favor and straight bets and stuff like that, man. Especially these hit runs and RBIs and things like that. Straight bets or keep those parlays to a minimum. I might do like one, low dollar amount parlay on each site or something like that. But at the end of the day, straight bets are where it's at. Um, I can't stress that enough, right? Especially in baseball, you're definitely going to need to do your straights. All right. And baseball is one of the sports that you're gonna have to lay some juice in here and there. It just is what it is. Okay. Yesterday had some hits, had some misses, right? Um, these motherfuckers are gonna sell. That's why you guys see me. I don't bet a lot of games and stuff like that. Here and there I do, but these motherfuckers will sell. So it is what it is, right? At the end of the day, baseball, you're gonna have like 15 games a day, man. Between 12 and 15 games a day, some shit like that. And, you got to try to win the day. However, all these alternates and all this stuff is out there. You just got to get in where you fit in. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Today we got 15 games. I guess we'll get into it, and I will try to run straight through these in orderly fashion, I want to say. This first game comes on in about a little less than an hour. Yesterday I was all over Riley Green and Kerry Carpenter. Riley Green got there. Riley Green got there. Carpenter did not. I put most of my money on Carpenter. I bet them both hits, runs, and RBIs. Carpenter got there. Uh, Green got there. Carpenter didn't. Yeah, it's gonna come around. You know what I'm saying? And that's why we putting in the work now. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna come around. We gonna be ready with it. Like I said, I'm easing my way in. Just easing my way in from 2023. As you see how I do it. I come in from 2023, refresher who they were last year, and just seeing what they carry over to this year. I'll be able to decipher things. You know what I'm saying? Mainly for the bats, it's mainly been working out. You know what I'm saying? It's just how you approach your bats. Sometimes your hits, runs, and RBIs gonna hit. Number one. Number two, you need to catch early lines. One play might come out at 1.5. Later on, it might be 2.5. Strikeouts. Last night, prime example, Corbin Burns dropped at 6.5 last night. Now it's at 7.5. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of shit that goes into form with this. But as far as what we're doing right now, we're moving along. We're moving along. Truthfully, we're moving along, right? I have to bet a lot of straights. I ain't gonna lie. As far as this game here, not a lot popped out for me in this game here. We have over under 8.5 in this spot. Casey Mize, and we got Perez on the mound. I don't know exactly what to think here. I ain't even gonna lie. I lean towards the Pirates here, but I mean, looking at the strikeout prop here, I was on Casey Mize strikeouts last game. Uh, he got there for me, but it's sitting at 3.5 right now, juiced up. Could he probably get there? Probably so. This Pirates offense have been shown the ability to score some runs on motherfuckers though, man. So in this game here, I got a small lean towards Pittsburgh Pirates here, winning the game here. One a bat that popped out to me here. One bat that really really popped out to me, and I got to give him his props. I actually lost a lot, and I hit a lot on him last year, but it was Jack Sawinski, right? So if I go over here and I will put in, let's see, who's the Detroit Pirates in Detroit here? Uh, Detroit Tigers. Double check to see what I had in here. Right. So Jack Sawinski, he sat at the top of the list for me. Got to give him the benefit of the doubt, right? His hits, runs, and RBIs coming in at 1.5. Let's see. His hits, runs, and RBIs coming in at 1.5 here. Just take it down to all propositions here. I will go to the players. I will just pull up Jack Sawinski, right? And then let's just take a look at whatever, right? So, his hits, runs, and RBIs been sitting at 1.5. You know what though? Let me do a quick intermission, real quick. Let's go to the weather real fast because I did not check the weather. Did not check the weather, right? So let's go to the weather real quick. This is major key. You got to check the weather, right? Every single day. This is MLB weather right here. If you don't have a weather guy, you got to look at Kevin Roth on Twitter. He's got MLB weather right here. Then separately, he has PGA weather, right? So let's take a look at the MLB weather real quick. Baltimore at Boston, cool temps, wind blowing in from right center. Chicago at Cleveland, a batch of storms fire up in game and sticks around for a few hours. I expect they start without issue, but those storms, if they pop up what models are currently showing, could cause a lengthy delay or even a game that doesn't finish. Warm, winds out to center, at 10 to 15 miles an hour. So keep an eye out on the pitching situation for that Chicago White Sox and Cleveland game. I really like Cleveland in that spot. Moneyline parlays, run line straights. Orange, Milwaukee at Cincinnati, rain around for the entirety of this game. Models right now have the worst holding north of Cincinnati and maybe give us a play in lighter rain option, but it's a bit too early to be sure about where the heaviest stuff ends up. I think a delay of some sort looks fairly likely. A postpone is possible, right? So we have to be mindful of the pitchers in that game. New York yellow, orange. New York Mets at Atlanta. Heavy rain in the afternoon, tapers off in the evening. They might need a late start. They might have to play through light showers. But I think they managed to play one way or another. Dodgers in Minnesota. A spotty downpour is possible. Coverage is super low, and the chance of one ending up over the ballpark is low, right? So at the least of the thing I could say here is I won't be looking at any pitching in those games, right? The Chicago White Sox game, I probably won't be targeting any pitching there. Milwaukee, Cincinnati, I wouldn't be targeting any pitching there. I damn sure probably won't be targeting any pitching for this New York Mets and the Dodgers game, right? So pitching looks scarce in those games right there when it comes to weather. So it is what it is. Riley Petrano says only one home run in that Houston Rangers game. I liked Jamie. The other day. That was the game before yesterday, right? I remember that. Home run props, they're not impossible. A lot of does with the weather, right? Once it gets warm, oh my God, right? It's the ball gonna start carrying and shit like that, right? So but then I'll tell you this, Riley. Here's the thing: when you pick batters that are in good spots, total basis, man. I was doing home runs last year a lot, and your home run calls, they're gonna come. They're gonna come, right? They're gonna come. Look at Yordan Alvarez; he's on his way around. But you look at guys like Ohtani. It's just people in general. When you get your when you pick your home run players, they're always in great spots. So no matter what, there's always a chance for them to hit their total bases. Now you can take total bases 4 total. You don't have to just take 3. You can take 4. You can take 5, 6, 7. Guys like Ohtani, like yesterday. Ohtani goes out there and gets 7, 8 total bases yesterday. And it's just, you ever have those days where, man, you pick great home run hitters, but like I said, they always go out there and have hit everything except for home runs. That's when your total bases come into play. You can do your total bases, you know what I'm saying? It might be a little bit less than home runs, but hey, total bases are, man, I would look to those. Because 9 times out of 10, your hitters are going to be in great spots when you take them. Stephen Kennedy, what's up? Hello, late? Nope. You basically right on time. Hit the thumbs up. Yeah, hit the thumbs up, guys. Hit the thumbs up. Now, where was I? Right, this weather. Right, so things with this weather here. There's a few things that I'm probably I won't be targeting pitching and stuff like that in certain spots. So this Detroit Tigers game, I did have Sawinski penciled up, right? You could look at him for hits. I probably would look at him for hits, maybe hits, runs, and RBIs here, but definitely probably a hit there. Who else did I have in there? I mean, I'm going to just stick with that, right? I mean, Brian Reynolds, he's pretty good. We already know Brian Hayes is pretty good. Spencer Torkelson on the other side looked pretty good. Martin Perez got an 800 OPS versus righties. Spencer Torkelson hits his lefties pretty okay, but at the end of the day, not been liking what I've been seeing from this Detroit offense. If I really had to take a side here, it probably would be the Pittsburgh Pirates, but not a game that I'm on, right? Excuse me. Baltimore Orioles at Boston Red Sox, right? We got an over-under of 8 in this game, right? Corbin Burns on the mound, Bayo on the mound. Corbin Burns strikeouts came out at 6.5 last night. Right now, it's probably sitting at 7.5. And I got interest there. I like it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he's a guy that you could probably take up to 10 today. You never know. But sometimes Corbin Burns can get shaky too. So like last game, he went out there and got shaky. He got his ass shook up. So you could probably take a look at some of his home road splits or something like that. Let me take a look real quick. Corbin Burns, supporting strikeout guy here, right? Let's see. While I'm in the meanwhile, let me pull up something over here. Orioles and who was that? Boston Red Sox, right? And then let me slide back over here to the chat and see what you guys been talking about. You jumped on the first five. I like that. I couldn't talk you off that. I couldn't talk you off of that. Boston bats, they could be hot. They can strike out a little bit too, right? Let's get to it. Let me see, right? So splits. Let's take a look at some of the splits, right? So we probably don't have too much splits right now. Let's take a look at last year's splits and probably some advanced numbers, right? For Corbin Carroll. Let's just go straight to some of his numbers, right? On the road, this K percentage per 9. Away versus lefties, 11 Ks per 9. Wave on the road versus righties, 7.8, almost 8 Ks per 9. K percentage on the road versus lefties was at 31, and then on the road versus righties was at 21.5. Home versus lefties. So actually, some of his K prop numbers looked a little bit better on the road than they did at home, right? On the road versus lefties last year, his K percentage shot up to 31.9, higher than any K percentage it was. Might be a small sample size. I have to go back and look. So I can go back and look right here, right on the road versus lefties. Yeah, total battles faced was sitting at 226. So he was fucking lefties up on the road, right? Knocking them dead. In general, so his strikeouts percentage versus lefties is really, really high at 29%. This was last year's numbers, right? As you can see, 29%. He was striking out lefties more than he was striking out righties. Who are they playing against again? They're playing against the Red Sox, right? So the Red Sox, they run out a decent amount of lefties, right? So we need to see what the lineup's going to be like. You got guys like Cassis. So I'm just breaking it down to you, dude. Now we got a whole lineup here full of lefties, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lefties in the lineup, right? And then judging from last year's numbers, we got Corbin Burns, right? Versus lefties, 29%. 29% K rate versus lefties, right? So, what have these guys now? It's a small sample size. Right? But I can take a look over here and get an overview, quick overview of what they've been doing. Right? Let's see. Confirmed lineup right here. K percentages right here. So this is the confirmed lineup. Hamilton, a K, 40%, 30% for McGuire, 31 for Valdez. Who the fuck are these guys, man? 25% for Rafaela, 27 for Casas. Casas can take your ass yard too. Duran, 23.4, right? So, hey, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I see 6 Ks in the first motherfucking throughout the first motherfucking roll, right? So it is what it is, right? You say we lit. Frenchie. Okay, what's up, Frenchie? Let me see who this is, man. I know who this is. I mean, he on Facebook. So it is. So shout out to you, bro. What's the play over? What's the over outs? What's the play over? What outs? What's the line? His outs line. If you're talking about his outs line, I'll check this outs line on and I had put it in my player pool. It'll probably be a parlay piece, but his outs line was sitting at 17 and a half. I like that. I like it. I got interest in it. I like it. He's gonna get a chance to go. He's gonna get a chance to go. So I like it. But I like his. I like his. I like his case too. For the reasons that I pointed out just now, right? So and I didn't even go through that. So I didn't even go through his splits. That was last year. You know what I'm saying? That ain't this year. But carrying over from last year, this is what he was doing, right? His walk percentage was up, and I seen his walk percentage was up, right, at 10% versus lefties. But like I said, he was striking them out, right? On the road versus lefties, his walk percentage. So that's a prop that you could probably take a look at. You could probably take a look at his walks as well, right? So mm, I don't like you have to scroll through all these names like this. I do not like that. Not one bit, right? Corbin Burns. Does it seem like these are just all batters or fucking what, man? Oh, there you go, right there in my goddamn face. Okay. Um, his out prop. I like his out prop. You know what I'm saying? He's 50% to this number on the season. He's hit this number versus the Angels. Um, don't have any head-to-head numbers here, right? Don't have any head-to-head numbers here. What was I getting ready to look at? Oh, okay. I was getting ready to look at. I fucking forgot, right? I fucking forgot what I was getting ready to look at. That's crazy. But at the end of the day, uh, I forgot. I fucking forgot. Y'all fucked me up, right? Oh, so the bats, right? The bats. So I like there's two bats that stood out to me on the on the on the Orioles side, right? But I didn't look into their splits, right? So let's take Gunnar Henderson, right? So he pops at the top for me. Gunnar Henderson, right? hmm Got Bayo on the mound. Bayo got some strikeout stuff, right? But he hasn't displayed it. You know what I'm saying? So let's take a look at some of these splits, right? On the road. And Bayo, I forgot his split. I forgot that split that we really target for Bayo. I forgot that split. $20 on Burns. I like it. I like it, bro. I like it, bro. I really like it. I like it. You get it at a decent number. You get it at a decent number. You get it at a decent number at a minus 140 for him for a pitcher of his caliber. I think that's I tell you what, that's a bet. You know what I'm saying? That's a bet. Looking over here, what was it? Gunner on the road versus righties, right? Looking at some of his advanced numbers last year. K percentage was around average. I ain't gonna say I like that, but it is what it is. And nope, 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 nope. This is 2020. This right here is 2024, right? We want to look at 2023. So versus righties in general, batting average 272. He had 2,800 home runs. 25 of them came versus righties, right? Some of his advanced numbers here, looking at on the road versus righties, he was striking out. His strikeout percentage was up real good, right? So he struck out real good. His highest WRC plus was 130. No, it was 151, and that was home versus righties, right? He got a 9% walk percentage on the road. Slugging 514, 834, 843 OPS with 257 isolated power. That's pretty good. Overall 131 WRC plus on the road versus righty. So I liked him. He popped towards the top, right? The pitch mix, I like the pitch mix I like the pitch mix. But I was torn between him and Ryan O'Hearn, right? Ryan O'Hearn was the guy, and they're gonna really make me spell this shit out, right? This is crazy. Okay. So Ryan O'Hearn was the guy that really popped out for me, but he wasn't at the top. So I think you can look at both of these bats. Just let's just put it like that. Um, we can look at both of these bats, right? And the splits that Ryan O'Hearn, I used to know his splits by heart last year. I think his splits at home versus righties was the shit, right? But right now he's on the road, and looking at last year's numbers here, um, Ryan O'Hearn. Uh, so I on the road, he's hitting better on the road, right? Last year, he was hitting better on the road, and on the road versus lefties, uh no, on the road we ain't talking about lefties, but if he was to get a lefty on the road, I really liked him, right? But on the road versus so like at the end of the day, we could look at him versus lefties and righties, right? On the road versus righties, he was a walk percentage was down at 3.4. His K percentage was around 20, round basic, right? Basically average. His batting average on the road versus lefties was 235, but versus righties was 335, right? On base percentage was 350, slugging 529. On the road versus lefties, his slugging was way up. His OPS versus lefties was way up. And versus righties, his OPS was okay, right? 883. And then his WRC plus 140 and 170. That's versus lefties and righties. So I really looked at it, right? I really liked it. I like both of those bats. I like both of them. Even if they hit that bullpen and the lefty come out, Ryan O'Hearn can probably take his ass deep too. Is he in the lineup? We'll see. MLB lineups. Let's see what this lineup looks like. O'Hearn hitting cleanup. So I'll probably like O'Hearn hits, runs, and RBIs. Gunner hits, runs, and RBIs. Both of them. I like them both. I like them both. I like them both. Santander switch. He gets in when he fits in here and there. So it is what it is. Riley, Riley with minus 150 over 17 and a half. Juice seems high. What I get? Riley. For Riley, who you mean by Riley? Who's Riley? 17 and a half outs? What are you talking about? Riley. I'm lost. That's the name of your book? Riley? I don't know. But like I said, I'm not picking a side on this one. I like a little bit, it probably will be Baltimore or nothing, but I'm not picking a side here. I like Corbin Burns K's. I like those two bats, man. You can take them for hits, put them in hit parlays, whatever case may be. Brian Bayo, don't know how I want to attack Brian Bayo. 4.5 Ks is not a real possibility for him. I don't know how I want to attack him though. I had to look it up. My bad. Okay, no problem. No problem. No problem. Oh, ESPN bet minus 140. Oh, okay. You had to look it up. Over here on Prize Picks, if you're talking about Burns, over here it was minus 145. I think it's going up right now. Right. So Bayo, don't know how I want to attack Bayo right now. I ain't even looking at Bayo right now. Right. Uh, next game here, we're looking at Burns. Right. I figured you was talking about Burns. Now we know we got weather implications in this one here. We just went over that. So for me, I'll probably just be looking at bats here. Probably won't be messing with none of these pitchers, even though I don't know what to do with these pitchers. Ross and Montas, these guys been away from the game and shit like that. So I don't really know what to think, man. I think one of these guys had walk problems. So so it is what it is, right? Let me filter this to strikeouts, and we'll get down to that right now, so we can just get pitchers to pop up. So let's see, what game was that? I think Ross had some walk problems here. Let's see, walk. Yeah. So versus Minnesota, he walked 5 batters. His walks sitting at 2.5. That's never a good thing in a ballpark like this, right? And I keep telling you guys that Cincinnati Reds ballpark and Coors Field. Right now, Cincinnati Reds ballpark is producing numbers. It was like they put it like 14, 15 runs yesterday. It's a small park, Great American Small Park. It's named Great American Small Park for a reason. It is a small park, right? So, Frankie Montas, I think he had a little bit of a walk issue as well, maybe. Let's see. He walked a few batters as well. His line sitting at 1.5. Don't know if I'll go there, but just from a pure baseball standpoint, putting batters on base is never good, especially in a ballpark like this, right? So I don't know what to expect from this game as far as the pitching wise here, but bats, yeah. I know I had Christian Yelich, and I know I had Benson, right? So let's see. And we can look into some splits and things of that nature for some of these guys, right? Christian Yelich. At the end of the day, though, the weather is kind of concerning, but we got over under 9.5. I don't know why this is penciled in right here. I would say maybe I get a lean toward the offensive lean toward Cincinnati at home. The bats, the lineup, all that shit. But I still don't have a I still don't have a definite who's going to win this fucking game. Right? I lean most of the time in Cincinnati. I lean towards the over. So at the end of the day, um, um, we got two righties on the mound, right? I'm always gonna like Benson whenever a righty comes up. Pay attention, right? So Benson just went yard yesterday versus a lefty. He's terrible versus lefties, but that was last year. A lot of these numbers. So pay attention to what happens. Yes, he versus a righty, he normally hit. I'm watching the patterns this year. He hits second versus a righty. But versus a lefty, he's down at the 8 and 9 hole. Yesterday versus a lefty, he was in the 8 and 9 hole, still went yard, right? So keep an eye out on that. He's been in fuego this year, right? Will Benson, let's get to it, right? Benson. Y'all gonna really make me spell this shit out, right? They bogus as hell for that shit. So Will Benson, right? I forgot my exact splits from last year. I think it was at home versus a righty. He was just undeniable. Him and Jake Fraley, right? So let's go to 2023. And then I'll show you guys some numbers from this year because here's a guy who's making strides, and the strides are sticking, right? They're sticking. So versus right-hand pitching last year, 2023, to his batting 297. He had 11 home runs just last year. All of them came to righties, right? Last year, his batting average versus lefties was only 146. He was terrible versus lefties. He went yard versus a lefty yesterday. He's showing progress, right? Now, his advanced numbers and where I liked him at was on the road. But at home, he's still been great versus righties, right? But some of them numbers, like them power numbers and stuff like that, okay, so they're here at home. And it shows like yesterday. He took a motherfucker yard yesterday. That isolated power right there sitting at 301 at home versus right-hand pitching. Now, he will strike out, right? I don't know how he's been doing this year, but last year he showed the ability to strike out at a decent rate. He got some high-ass strikeout numbers, right? But the WRC Plus was looking good on the road versus righties, at home versus righties. So either way it went, versus a right-hand pitching, his ass was smoking them, right? The pitch mix looked pretty good for me. I could probably go take a look at that. Let's see. The pitch mix here. And they only give me Woba and stuff like that, but I can go and look at his pitch mix all the way through. But let's see. And Ross ain't pitched so long that we don't even know what he throws. So I'm not even going to look into that. The numbers from this year, though, these first few games, I haven't even looked at it. Let's take a look and see, right? So versus lefties, right? So this year versus lefties, the plate appearances is just meh, right? You know what I'm saying? But for some reason, he's been hitting lefties this year. Batting 330, he only had 9 plate appearances versus them though. Batting 231. Advanced numbers here so far. Probably don't even want to take too much into these numbers. The K percentage still up though. He's still striking out. Um, Small sample size, right? Small sample size. I still can't take nothing into that. I'm going off of last year. He still did numbers for me. Still doing numbers, so I like him there. Christian Yelich, man, just ring it up, right? Hits, runs, and RBIs. I like Christian Yelich in this matchup. Who else did I have in here? Those are my top 2 bats. Now, Yamir Candelario, I like him. Hits, runs, and RBIs. He keeps on keeping on. Jake Fraley, anytime you get a righty on the mound, I'm going to like his hits, runs, and RBIs at home, right? It's a lot of good numbers here. Ellie De La Cruz, if he's still hot, we can look at Ellie De La Cruz. So at the end of the day, I'm damn near starting to lean towards Cincinnati in this spot. It's just going to be Cincinnati or nothing for me. That's all it's going to be, right? This just is what it is. Whatever bat you want to get to, I pretty much like it. Now, I ain't gonna lie. Some of these guys did kind of pop for me. Like Sal Frelick. A little bit. He popped a little bit. Jake Bowers, man. You know what I'm saying? So, if these guys are in the lineup, judging what the weather's looking like, you can look at the over. You can definitely look at the over. Some of these Minnesota guys, they numbers look, some of these numbers starting to look a little bit better for me. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, Jake Bowers, he's somebody that's probably going to be hitting. I don't know where he's going to hit at. He's expected to bat at number 5, in the 5 hole. And like I said, Sal Frelick probably projected to probably bat number 1. Wilson Contreras was not on my radar here. But a couple runs for some of these bats can help it get over, but there's rain and weather implications here. So maybe Cincinnati Reds, itty bitty small lean towards the over. Right now, the under is favored at -18. The under is favored at a -18. Probably my top 2 bats from this game is kind of going to be Will Benson and Christian Yelich. I skipped over the White Sox and Guardians game. It's going to be White Sox. It's going to be Guardians. Nothing for me. Moneyline parlays, run line straights, and you can look at Jose Ramirez. He went yard yesterday. He'll probably be one of the bats that I probably don't have a problem with targeting here, right? Next game would be Miami Marlins and New York Yankees, right? Yankees, both of these teams, they get another lefty, right? Both of these teams get another swack at another lefty, right? So, as far as the side in this one here, I'm not betting this game, but I would, I don't know. What would I lean towards, man? What's the lines at? I would lean towards the Yankees. It's a lean right there, but I won't be betting this game. Tell you the truth. No weather implications here. Let's see what you guys been saying in the chat. My twins, SMH. I know, right? I don't know what's up with them twins, man. Them lefties over there. Don't know. It's raining in Louisville, so it might be raining there. The Guardians, Yankees, right? Okay. Guardians, Yankees. Yeah, I'll lean towards the Guardians and the Yankees as well. Bats from this game. I'll be looking at bats from this game for sure. Not too sold on Rodon just yet. This Miami Marlins do have some bats that can hit lefties. I'm going right back to the well with Jake Berger today. Whether it's a hits, runs, and RBIs, either case may be. I keep tapping on guys like Tim Anderson and stuff like that. He does have a 300 career batting average versus lefties. So that's another bat you can look at there. And then this Yankees team, they've been smashing lefties. It just is what it is, right? So I was telling you guys yesterday. Here goes here goes here goes Soto again with another walk, right? Soto will be sandwiched in between. Hmm. Soto will be sandwiched in between. Let me look at this lineup, right? So Soto will be sandwiched in between. Uh, yeah, he'd be right. Yeah, yeah. So I'm gonna like Soto hits runs and RBIs, and I checked the pitch mix. Soto might take this lefty matchup. Soto might smack the shit out this motherfucker again today. He went yard yesterday. He might smack the shit out this motherfucker again. Aaron Judge is always in play for a home run. Stanton, I like him versus lefties. Yeah, right. And then you got Jake Berger here, probably one of my favorite bats there from this team, and Tim Anderson. You know, you can look at him. It's a matter of time before he pops up. Um, but Jake Berger would probably be my number one, right? Let me see. Soto. You gotta like Soto. You gotta like Soto here. I did look at some of the pitch mixes and stuff like that. I have to refresh myself. But Soto looked pretty good here, right? The walk rate is there, whatever the case may be. AJ Puke, man, he's getting his ass tore up, I want to say, right? Let me see. AJ. He looked good in spring training, I want to say, but he's been getting hit, right? Um, I believe he's got some decent K stuff, but it's a matter of time before we see that. Spring training, he was striking motherfuckers out, man. I mean, no home runs, 3 Ks here in uh, innings pitched, 3 Ks in 2 innings, 6 Ks in 3 innings there, 6 Ks in 3 innings here, and then 8 Ks in 5 innings versus Houston. But that was the spring training, right? Major leagues to get to the major leagues in 2 start. Um, no home runs. 2 home runs here versus the Angels, and 4 home runs in 2 innings, and got pulled right there versus Pittsburgh, right? So I don't know what to expect. If he bring that K shit today, if he got the K's working for him, it is what it is. If he don't, he probably get his ass lit up, right? If he don't have the K's working for him, he probably gonna get his ass lit up. Okay. Um, Soto versus Puke there. He was sporting a let's see. Soto was sporting a I mean he's throwing that Puke is throwing that fastball and that sweeper, right? Let's see, Soto. Fastball and that sweeper. Puke is a lefty, right? Yeah. Left on left matchup here. Um a fastball and a sweeper, right? Last year, Soto was hitting that motherfucker, man. Batting average 310, um, 690 slugging. 50K percentage was way down. Um, expected numbers wasn't as good as his actual numbers, but what that was that sweeper? No, expected numbers was up there. 344. and 810 slugging, right? And then what was it? That fastball? Of course, who can't hit a fastball, right? So yeah, he's batting 270, but the slugging was up. This year, that fastball, he's still there. The K percentage is down. He does walk. 300 batting average. Expected batting average for the fastball was down. It's down for this year, but I'm not going to look into those numbers. Uh, he hasn't faced that other pitcher today this year, the sweeper. But yeah, right. So I like Soto. I like Soto. I like Soto for sure. I don't know what's going on with my Cubs, man. Straight up, I don't know. They came back, got their ass beat up, right? So everybody, the usual suspects. If I had to rank these bats here, it would be Judge always going to be number one. Then Soto, then Stanton, right? You guys like Volpe and who's leading off? That kid, they're in play as well, right? So at the end of the day, like I said, I'm probably not. I won't be betting this game, nothing like that. But those are the bats, right? Those are the bats. I probably like Soto, hits, runs, and RBIs, all the way up to 2.5. We got an over under 8 in this spot though. Maybe they might think Puke is gonna deal here. We'll see, right? I don't know if he's gonna deal or not. Um, Seattle Mariners and Toronto Blue Jays. This one here, probably look at a no runs first inning or a tie as a parlay piece or something like that. Don't have much for these guys. Kirby outs. You can take a look at Kirby outs. Probably be sitting at I probably look um probably look at his outs here, right? His outs probably sitting at 617 and a half. I think you could probably get to his outs prop Kirby. Last year I was really betting Kirby's under 1.5 walks. They are on to that. The books are onto his under his 1.5 walks. Now it's at a half a walk, right? And I won't be taking that. I might take it though. I might take it. What was it? Pitcher props here. Take a look at the walks here. Walks allowed. Kirby sitting at 1 walk. The overs are minus 240. The under is plus 175. Right. I was uh I was uh I was on it. Right. I was on this walks 1.5. 1.5 walks. I was just on it all year last year. He was killing that. I'm looking for him to get back into that form, but the books know better this year. They setting his walks at a half, right? So I'm damn near tempted to take the under there, but I think he's walked somebody in each game. His outs probably juiced up as a parlay piece there, but I'll take a look at his outs. His outs recorded are sitting at 17 and a half at a minus 170. So it is what it is, right? So I should make a betting group on DraftKings. I don't have all that time, bro. I don't have a lot of time, man. I work, man. So like I work 12 hour shifts, 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. So I work, man. I worked a lot, man. I work a lot. The numbers. I meditate on so many numbers. It's pathetic. About another week of this, I won't have to be going through all this shit like that. Another week or two, I'll know everything by heart. I got a different site I probably need help with. I probably need you guys to help me with. I got a whole different site, right? I got a whole different site. This here is lit, right? I got a whole nother site right here. I got plenty stats and stuff. This through this site right here. You guys, I'm meditate on this site for a little bit, and then we'll probably get it cracking. I'll show you guys some shit real quick. Let's see some trends. Let's go to trends. Let's see what's up. Some trends, right? Shit. This site gives me a lot right here, right? Maybe trends. What was I looking for? Oh, projections is what I was looking for, right? Yes, it's exhausting, man. It's exhausting. That's why in baseball, find what you like and research that. You know what I'm saying? Research that. So I got a lot of projections and stuff like that. For fantasy, right here, we got stacks, projected stacks, things of that nature. Um, we got daily launch menu, home runs and stuff like that. This is not an expensive site right here. It costs $200, man. You guys would like to donate to the channel for it is what it is, right? Strikeouts and stuff like that, projections and stuff like that for some of these strikeouts. I still go I still go the long way, but I'm getting to use this number right here. That's Woofers Row. And then for stolen bases, you got the theft report. You pretty much know what these guys are doing on the season already, but I'll use that stuff like that, right? For doubles and stuff like that, it is what it is. So it's a lot. This site has everything, right? Has everything, from the rooter to the tutor, zones, pitch zones, whatever the case may be, whatever you want to look at, right? I still need time to, narrow it down, stuff like that. But it's a lot, right? I have to stick to 3 plays, including my best bet. I try to bet all games I get in trouble, right? Definitely. Pick your spots, choose your spots wisely, right? So, getting back to the games here, I probably just need to speed it up a little bit, man. I ain't even gonna lie. So, right now, I don't really target these games like the Mariners games. One bat did stand out to me was the one bat that did stand out to me was he's the leadoff guy. What's his name? J.P. Crawford. If you want to take him for a hit or something like that, he's got good numbers versus Bassett, but I don't. These are two teams I just cannot nail down. And coming in from last year, I say I will refuse to lose money on these guys' bats at the very least, right? So next game we're on is going to be the New York Mets and New York Mets and the Braves. So Ozuna, man, just wow, right? Ozuna has just been on some motherfucking. He been on some shit, man. So can't talk y'all none of Ozuna's numbers, right? Uh, but who is this? The Braves and the Yankees, the Mets, right? Now the Braves gonna have to do something about this pitching rotation. I can't trust their pitching right now. Only bats I looked at was the bats on the Brave sides here. And from the pitching matchup standpoint, things of that nature, 2 bats at the top. Matt Olson, you can look at him, his ass to go yard today, right? Everything all the way up to a yard, hits, runs, and RBIs, whatever you want to look at. The next bat that popped for me was Michael Harris, right? Michael Harris, and I told you guys I liked Nemo yesterday, man. Nemo goes out there and hit 2 bombs and just couldn't get there. I couldn't get there. Should have got there. But it is what it was. Wish you has a computer program to take all the stats and odds and pick. I know, right? Some people got models and stuff. One day somebody will probably sniff me out and be like, "Man, I'm gonna make you a model, man. I'm gonna make you a model." One day somebody would, because this shit, like this site, I just bet on. I mean, man, that site costs $200 man, and I gotta learn how to work it, man. I gotta learn how to work it. Maybe I gotta get some guys together and give them my password, and we just look into it and help. And people just help me translate it over. That site costs $200 though. Acuna was my wagon last night, but man, I gotta hang him up for a little bit. I know, right? I might get on the side and bet on him today, just on the side, but won't put him in no parlays and nothing like that. He been fucking it up. What I probably would do today is a day I might look to take him stolen bases or something like that, because you'll get his stolen base. He needs to get himself going, right? Batter props. Let's see. Stolen base. We'll probably get a decent number for his stolen bases. Plus 178 for his stolen base. So it is what it is, right? Might take him for a stolen base, might not. You know what I'm saying? But stolen base, he needs to get himself going. I think he can get on. I think he can get on base today. at least for a hit or something like that, and we'll figure it out from there. I bet a lot of hits, runs, and RBIs, but total bases are, what I'm saying, are a hit as well. So at the end of the day, look at your total bases and shit like that. Going back to where I was at with the bats here was like I said, the top bat that came out for me was Olson. Right behind it was Michael Harris, man. Michael Harris come right behind him. Ozuna, definitely Ozuna, just because he's Ozuna. He's been in a zone, right? Brandon Nemo, I liked him yesterday. He went yard twice. Didn't bet on him. He's popping a little bit right now. Acuna is next, and then Riley right after that, and then Peter Alonso right after that. So I'll probably be looking at. I have to do another deep look into Michael Harris. Matter of fact, let's take a look into Michael Harris again, right? Because maybe I might be missing something. I like them versus the pitch mix. Now maybe I need to look into the splits, right? So let's take a look at Michael Harris splits, right? To see why he popped number 2, the number 2 bat for me, right? So I'll just stick to last year's numbers, right? Splits. I will stick to last year's numbers for right now. Splits. And let's go to 2023, right? On the road versus righties, right? Versus righties. So he's hitting lefties and righties last year at a 301 and 290. His home runs, 13 of them were versus righties. Advanced numbers looked like this. He had better numbers on home, but it is what it is, right? So his isolated powers numbers pretty much stayed the same all the way through, except for they were up a little bit more. He was hitting for a little bit more power versus righties, right? OPS, slugging looked okay. The batting averages and stuff look okay. So the K percentage is down. The walk percentage is okay. WRC plus is okay. Must have been the pitch mix, right? So that's what it was. It had to be the pitch mix. The pitch mix is what really popped for him then, right? So it had to be. Let me take one look at that, and then we'll keep it moving, right? Don't have to look at Olson's. I do not, right? But Adrian Hauser, he's probably throwing like 2 pitches, right? I think that's what it was. He was throwing that sinker and that full seamer pretty hard, right? Sinking that full seamer, slider, right? So he had a batting average of 3. This was no. So the sinker last year he had that batting average of 300, slugging of 526, 383 WOBA. K percentage was down on that. No. Yeah. The sinker, right? 353 expected, 58. Everything looked the same all the way through. His expected was higher. Damn, I forgot what was it? That was the sinker, that full seamer, and then that slider, right? That full seamer, he was still doing damage versus that motherfucker, right? And that slider, right? So yeah, that's why he's all over his pitch mix. He's all over it. He's all over his pitch mix. He's all over it, right? So that's why he popped. That's why he popped for me, right? Um, this year, the sinker, he's still hitting the shit out that motherfucker. Batting average 600 versus that 600 slugging, 381 expected batting average 496. Expected slugging for that sinker, that slider, not so good, right? This year, only 6 plate appearances. Fastball, who can't hit a fastball? 300 versus that. Expecting batting average versus that fastball was 421. 513 expected slugging. Man, he was killing that. He was killing that. He was killing that. Yes, the Mets. Wait, Mets came back on the Braves like the Cubs lost. Yep. Why is Matt handicapped to such a good day? Matt, Matt, because he number one, he's Matt. Number two, uh, it's that pitch mix, man. It's that pitch mix. So it's the same thing with Harris. Like I just said, Harris pops off at number two up under Matt. So I don't even got to go through Matt's numbers because I went through Matt's numbers already. I'm not even going to show you that. He is murdering everything this motherfucker throws out. Will it come to fruition? Who knows? But let me just go to Matt then. Fuck it, man. Let me go to Matt. Will it come to fruition? I don't know. That's the thing. You know what I'm saying? But more than likely, yes. You know what I'm saying? It's a rivalry. They just lost in that fashion. Oh my God, right? They just lost in that fashion. What was the pitch mix again? It was sinker, full seam slider. Sinker, full seam slider. The full seamer, the slider, the sinker. He's hitting all that shit. All of it. That was last year though. That was last year. Now, that was last year. Um, this year, his expected numbers are up. Well, the slugging numbers are up. So what's this? The cutter, he don't throw that. The sinker, um, batting 250 on that, going early, 300 on the slider. I mean on the fastball, expected numbers, slugging like 720, 378. What is this? The changeup. I forgot the other pitches, right? The sinker. Versus righties. Let me put that in. Specifically versus righties, he's hitting a ton of pitches, man. He's hitting a ton of pitches right now. And his slugging numbers are up, and those numbers are up as well. The slugging numbers are pretty much decent versus all of those pitches, man. Yeah, that's probably why. That's why. I mean, that's why. I didn't even look at Riley and those guys. Those are the two guys that popped up there for me was number one Olsen and number two Harris. And that's probably just from a number standpoint, like I said, the pitch mix and things of that nature. So, um, but everybody's in play here. Everybody's in play here. You could probably look at the team total or something like that for you could look at the team total or something like that for um the Mets. I mean the Braves, their team total sitting at 5.5 at plus money if you just think they're gonna score runs and don't wanna take a side or something like that. And you can also alternate their team totals well on this book, not only on this book, but other books as well, right? The Kansas City Royals and Houston Astros. The couple bats that I'm looking at here was Cal Tucker. He probably gonna come in at number one from Houston. Lefty lefty matchup. I like him versus lefties. He's only 1 for 10 versus Kyle Reagans. Kyle Reagans is a good pitcher. Kyle Reagan's strikeouts came out at 4.5 for a little bit last night. If you could have got him, you could have got him at 4.5. His strikeout sitting at 5.5 right now. Don't know how I feel about it, but he's a good pitcher. Okay. Yordan Alvarez is another guy who hits lefties. Those are the top two bats for me. Kyle Tucker and Yordan Alvarez on Houston side. And on the other side here, I ain't even gonna lie, right? I ain't even gonna lie. But you gotta take a stab at or you got to look at you gotta look at MJ Melendez, and you also have to look at Nelson Velasquez, right? Those two bats, right? Especially Nelson Velasquez. Bobby Witt, he's 2 for 2 versus guy. Bobby Witt is Bobby Witt, right? He's that. You can look at Bobby Witt for strikeouts, whatever the case may be. But MJ, you gotta take a look. I mean, Nelson, you gotta take a look at Nelson. Let's take a quick look at Nelson so I can show you guys. Kyle Tucker, I'm always targeting Kyle Tucker versus lefty, so you ain't even got to worry about that. His lefty splits. Always puts him in play for me. Okay, Christian Javier, righty. Um, he's throwing that four seamer and that slider pretty tough here. That slider and that four seam pretty tough, right? Um, so last year's numbers. Right, that four seam and that slider. Last year's numbers. Nelson didn't look so good, right? First that slider, now that fastball, he was pretty good, right? Look, 333 batting average, 978 slugging, 559 WOBA, 21.7 K rate, and his expected numbers was still 363 batting average with a 964 slugging. This guy's been throwing two pitches. I don't know about lately, but he's been throwing two pitches that slider and that four seamer. If he runs across that four seamer, he gonna knock the shit out that motherfucker, right? Same thing right now. This year, right now, four seam fastball, batting average this year, 455, 818 slugging. Look, he got a high K rate on it this year, but fam, if he gets a hold to that motherfucking four seamer, you can kiss that motherfucker goodbye. 389 expected batting average, 722 slugging on the year. He's carrying over from last year with that fastball. Then he runs across a pitcher that's only throwing two pitches. Now that slider, he didn't hit that slider a couple times this year already. But last year he was trash versus that slider, right? 111 batting average. Expected batting average was 145. But I'm gonna tell you, if he comes across that slider of his, I mean that fastball, he gonna be. You see what he doing right here? He gonna be doing the same shit, kissing that motherfucker goodbye, right? Straight up. So I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. So McCormick is another guy that hit lefties well. He's got 1,000 OPS versus lefties. So it is what it is, right? I'm not gonna waste a lot of time on this game. I'm gonna keep it moving, right? I'm gonna keep it moving. All right. I'll give you guys the couple bats, right? I gave you guys those couple bats. And you're gonna remember all this shit. You're gonna remember it. You're gonna remember it. You're gonna remember shit gonna resonate with you. Detroit Tigers are not really scored, huh? Let's take a quick intermission. Let me see what happened. Torkelson. I just said that too, man. Torkelson and Torkelson and uh what's the boy's name? Jackson Winsky. I didn't play neither one of them, right? So let's get a live bet going, right? I'm a live bet. Uh I'm going to live bet this first plate appearance for Jackson Winsky. Just see if I can get a win 20 or 30 bucks off this kid early, right? And that's why I like DraftKings, man, because you could live bet, man. You can live bet a lot of stuff, man. Live bet a lot of stuff. Strikeouts and live betting batter props for hits, home runs, RBIs, single stolen bets, bases, hits, runs, and RBIs. All that, right? So I'm just gonna take Jackson Winsky's hit, runs, and RBIs live right now. I'll take his hits, runs, and RBIs live right now. And then plate appearance, right? Plate appearance, Jackson Winsky. In play out, strikeout, single, that's plus 650. Walk hit by a pitch, double, triple. Um, they don't have extra base hit, reach on an error, triple, triple plus 8,000, home run plus 1,300. Man, ooh, walk hit by pitch, strikeout, in play out. They don't give you like FanDuel. They don't give you okay. It is what it is, right? I should take his fucking home run, man. That's the exact result of that next plate appearance, though. You can get first plate appearance on base at plus 180. I like that. But it is what it is. I'll stick with the hits, runs, and RBIs. Okay. Um, Next game is going to be the Dodgers. Okay, so here's the other kid, right? So um so I feel, I would say I feel bad for this Minnesota's. Now I will tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this, right? Um some of these Minnesota bats, now some of these Minnesota bats supposed to be able, I'll tell you this, right? Let me tell you this. Let me tell you this right now. Glass now is pitching his worst versus lefties, right? Let me tell you. Glass now is pitching his worst versus lefties, right? And Glass now pitching his worst versus lefties, right? So these lefties are in a good spot. They're in a good. They ain't gonna say they're in a good spot, but they're in position, right? They in position, but bro, this motherfucker Glass now has got that shit on the strikeouts, man. On the strikeouts, and these motherfucking yeah, but you never know when they wake up, man. They never know when they wake up. Glass now can go out there and get his ass lit the fuck up and get put out in 2 innings straight up. I've seen it with Tampa Bay, but I just don't think it's today. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's today. Um, these guys got high ass K rates, man. They got high ass K rates in Minnesota, Seattle. You know, it is what it is, right? What game was that? Right. So okay. So versus this team, he's sporting a 37.5 K rate and 40 plate appearances, right? Man, that's versus this team, right? Ooh, look at these motherfuckers. Look at all them K's in there, man. 26, 27, 52, 41. whatever that is, 28, 33, 33, 14, 14, 9, 24, 27, 50. Jesus Christ. I might take him and oh shit, what time is it? 11:51. What time they play? Might take him and might parlay him and Burns for 10 apiece or some shit like that. But it's the strikeouts, man. His strikeouts in that what? 7.5 at a -132. You can get a pair of performance doubles if you like them to win. You can get 6 strikeouts to the win at -140, and 7 strikeouts to the win at plus. I mean, at plus money. I mean, at -105. If you like that, go ahead, be my guest. Right, each starting pitcher to get 1 strikeout. Who's pitching? Varland? I don't know. Jackson Winsky up to bat right now. Oh, I ain't got time to be watching that shit though. We gotta get to where we were, right? So, and then bats. I like the strikeouts for him. Don't know if I'll get up to 8. If I take the Dodgers, I'm taking the 7 in the win. I'll probably take a series of things. Maybe it's 8 Ks, maybe the 7 in the win, or the 6 in the win. Might take them up to 10. Bats. Top bat. You know who it is. Know who it is. Otani, right? You could take his bats. You could take his hits, runs, and RBIs. You could take that motherfucker must have struck out. You could take his hits, runs, and RBIs. You could take his total bases up to 4 or more. Just Otani, right? And then Mookie was next. And I forgot who else I had. Oh, Will Smith, right? So it was Otani, Mookie, and Will Smith, right? Let me double check that. Yep, I had them. Otani, Mookie, Will Smith, right? Mm-hmm. Otani, Mookie, Will Smith. That's how I had them, right? Yep. Yep. So pay attention to who's in that lineup, and then it is what it is from there. Next game we're gonna look at is Philadelphia Phillies and St. Louis Cardinals. It's a no-run first inning type of atmosphere here. I was looking at some of the strikeouts here. We got Will on the mound. We got Gray on the mound. What I was looking at some of the strikeout numbers for St. Louis, right? And it just so in general, this season versus right-hand pitching in general, they are striking out of they 6 and strike out, right? 26.9. If you just want to go specific, no, this is in general versus righties. Okay. So they do got a nice sample size at 316, striking out at 26.9% of the time. So it is what it is, right? This game I'm going to look at pitching in some shape, form, or fashion, right? Don't know who's gonna win this game. I know a lot of people gonna lean towards Seattle. I mean not Seattle, Philly, but hmm. You can look at outs or something like that for Wheeler. Let's take a look here. And probably be a parlay piece, right? Probably be at a parlay piece. His outs probably be at a parlay piece at 17 and a half. I couldn't talk you off of that, right? He's gonna have every chance to hit that number. They're gonna give him a chance to hit that number. So let's see. Wheeler, 6.5 strikeouts. Couldn't talk off of that either. But probably be looking at uh, his outs, right? His outs sitting at 18 and a half. Let's see where his outset at on. This is one I didn't jump on last night, and I should have jumped on it last night. I think it opened up at 16 and at 17 and a half. It's at plus 140 right now for the 18 and a half. That means you got to go in there and get one out in the seventh inning. So that's one thing you can look at there. Um, but I'm not going, I probably won't go there, right? It's at 18 and a half. Probably won't go there. This game here, it's probably a no runs first inning or something like that for me. I'll probably do that, right? Athletics and Rangers here. At the end of the day here, give me them Rangers, moneyline parlays, run line straights. The bats I was looking at here was uh, Galoff. He's in play for me, right? He popped for me. He's in play for me in this game, right? Zach, he's in play for me in this game. But the other bats, though, that's the only bat that's in play for me for Oakland that I would consider betting on. Uh, Probably a hit parlay or something like that. But other than that, on the Texas side, I got a few bets, right? So, um, Garcia, Odolis Garcia's, right? I'm gonna like his hits, runs, and RBIs. Um, Corey Seager, hits, runs, and RBIs all the way up to a home run. Same thing for Garcia. Seaman, just because, right? The next play was going to be Ezekiel Duran, right? Keep an eye out. Make sure he's in a lineup. Ezekiel Duran, he's going to be one of my, he's another bat that I like. Okay, so keep an eye out on that. Make sure those guys are in the lineup, and then move accordingly. Okay. Um, so there you have that. Um, and moneyline parlays, run line straights, Texas Rangers, Eovaldi, right? Eovaldi does he? I can very well see his ass go. His outs are set at 17 and a half. I can see his ass going a little bit more than that, man. If he's dealing, so if you want to get to the over 17 and a half outs for him, it's at 18 and a half. He just went 18 and a half versus Tampa Bay. He just hit that number versus Tampa Bay. 18 and a half for him at plus money, plus 140. That's a gamble right there. I wouldn't be, I'm not opposed to gamble with that number. Okay. Okay. So I think I'm not opposed to gambling with that number there. Excuse me. I'm sorry, guys. Hiccups and shit. Head to head versus this team. Um, I don't know what happened here, but it was a tough one. But here, he gave their ass the business, right? So, 26 outs right there, man. Yeah, that was 26 outs right there. That was some shit, man. His K's, man, I do not target Eovaldi for K's, but his K's sitting at 7.5. Last 10 games, the K's could be in play here, though, man. He gave the ass 12 K's before. Even if you want to look at player performance doubles here, you can look at player performance doubles as well. Um, Six strikeouts in a win at minus 110. So you can look at that as well. Keeping it moving, right? Um, Arizona Diamondbacks sold. Arizona Diamondbacks sold yesterday, man. Golly. Arizona Diamondbacks sold, right? So, Merrill Kelly has faced these guys a lot, right? He faced these guys a lot. Colorado Rockies, I can't trust them at home. I can't trust going against them at home, man. Straight up, right? So, Head-to-head numbers. Look at some of these head-to-head numbers here. Strikeout. Merrill Kelly been whiffing their ass, right? Um, 5. His last 4 meetings versus this team, 5, 11, 12, 8, right? So we can look at the strikeouts for Merrill Kelly. If he don't get there, he just don't get there. We can look at the strikeouts for Merrill Kelly. Strikeouts in at 5.5. Uh, Next you can look at I don't know about his outs though, man. Damn, he's been crushing his outs. He went 6 innings. He hit his outs prop versus their ass 4 games straight. Um, and then the bats, right? I lean towards Kyle Concha. Oh my God, no, right? Earn runs for him, like he gives it up, right? He gives it up, right? So um, he's given up 4 and 5 runs this year. Versus Arizona, he gave up 5 runs already. Um, Bats for this one here. Who do I have to the side here? Bats for this one here. Corbin Carroll popped at the top, right? Corbin Carroll popped at the top. So Corbin Carroll. Cal Cruncher was just terrible, right? Mm-hmm. Cal Cruncher was just terrible. So Corbin Carroll popped at the top. I didn't check the pitch mix for Nolan Jones, but Nolan Jones popped number 2 for me. I probably won't go there, but he is my guy this year, bro. He's my guy. He was my guy last year. Ryan McMahon, he's 6 for 35 versus him, only batting 171, but he does have a couple home runs off of him. Ketel Marte is due. He's 3 for 11 versus Cal Quantrill. Um, all these Christian Walker, I really like Christian Walker, man. I really like Christian Walker. He might go yard. You might take him for 4 or 5 total bases, whatever you want to do. But I might go back to the well on the money line for Arizona, or it's only 11.5 total or 10.5 total. Last time I checked, what was it? 11 total. This game might go over. I might go money line parlay though for Arizona and see what I can do, and probably might sprinkle just a little bit on the over here, right? On the over here, or over team total probably. That might be the thing. I might go over the team total here, which would probably be 5.5. I think it's gonna be 5.5. Oh my God, it's 6.5. 6.5 for the Arizona Diamondbacks. So that's crazy, right? But it is what it is. It is what it is. Salute, D. How did those Cubs blow that? I know, right? Don't even, man. The bullpen cannot be trusted. You're absolutely right. Absolutely right. Right. So all the bats are in play here versus Cal Control, man. All the bats here are in play. Strikeouts are in play um for Merrill Kelly at 5.5. I can see him getting there. If you want to go to a player performance double here, you might get a 4Ks in a win. 4Ks in a win at minus 150. So it's a lot of ways that you could skin a cat here. A lot of ways that you could skin a cat here. All right. So it is what it is. Diamondbacks. So the Tampa Bay Rays and the Los Angeles Angels, right? Angels been a sneaky team this year so far, here and there. So Savali's on the mound, Sandoval's on the mound, over under 8.5 in this spot. I didn't really too much look at this here. The bats that I like was going to be Yandy Diaz, number 1, 1A, or him and Trout was number 1 for me on each side. And then you can look at Ramirez, right? You can look at Ramirez for the soul. I remember his splits. I was on his splits last year. I'll show you his splits last year. He's on the road this year, today. So his splits. 2023 splits versus lefties, right? Yeah. So taking a look at some of his splits here. On the road versus right hand pitching on the road, 288 batting average, but on the road versus lefties, man, he was batting 500, bro. He was batting 500 with a 239 WRC plus, man. That's extremely insane. You batting 500 on the road versus left hand pitching, bro. OPS sitting at 1100. Um, Isolated power was pretty kind of. I thought it would be a little bit higher than that, but you betting 500 on the road versus lefties. Let's see, away versus lefties. Yeah, batting 500. Plate appearances was only 58, but still, that's nice, man. That's nice. So, oh shit, excuse me. Sorry, excuse me. Versus lefties in general, he was batting 387 on the season. He was batting almost 400 versus lefties in general. Not a big home run guy, only had 12, but y'all get the drift, right? Harold Ramirez versus lefties was a thing, okay? I know, man. That was the bullpen, man. That was crazy. They gave up all the runs. They gave up all the runs. But see, Harold Ramirez versus lefties is a real thing, okay? So it is what it is, right? Um, Next game here was the Washington Nationals and San Francisco Giants. Like, I don't have nothing for that game, man. You can look at Lamont Wade Jr. whatever, but I'm not on that game. And my Cubs, like, mm, I don't know, man. I'm not on that game either, man. Straight up. So that's why I'm at with today's slate, man. That's why I'm at with today's slate, man. Straight up. You guys got something for that last two games? I just don't. I just don't. I just can't. I don't and I can't, right? I don't and I can't. That's all I'll say. That's all I will say. Pittsburgh Pirates scored. How did they score? Olivares hit a bomb. Um, let's see what they got real fast. Let's see what they got for pitching out too. Glass now at 17, Rodon at 17 and a half, Puka at 14 and a half. Um, Sandoval, Savali, 15 and a half for Christian Javier, 18 and a half for Zach Wheeler. Zach Wheeler will go out there and pull it. Yeah, for sure. It's got weather though. We got weather, but no matter what, I'm on. Yeah, I like it. If all these demon is in play here, the 18 and a half is in play. Contra, no. Kelly, he's 100% to. He hit this number in four straight games versus this team. Right, it's outs. He's hit this number in four straight games versus this team. George Kirby outs come out at a goblin, huh? Strikeouts. Corbin Burns, yes, right. Give me that. Fuck it. Give me that. Uh Montas. Glass now. Reagan's. Ooh. I want to try Reagan's, man, but I might have to bet him straight. Sonny Gray, this is disrespectful on the 4Ks. It's disrespectful. Shit. Damn, man. Sonny Gray, man. Sonny Gray 4Ks are disrespectful, man. Let's see. Let's see. You gotta get five to cash it though. Sonny Gray. Um, His debut. Is this his debut? Fuck, man. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I don't know how many pitches he gonna throw. I don't know none of that shit, man. Let me fall back from that shit. Man. It's 4 for a reason. I don't got time to look at that shit, man. Musgrove 6 Ks. Corbin Burns, Goblin. Demon is at 8.5 and 9. Logan Allen. I'm not taking no picture from that game because of the weather. Oh shit. Kirby, I don't look at him for Glass now. Ooh, 10 Ks for Glass now. Shit. Cole Reagan, 7 Ks. 8.5 for Zach Wheeler. Merrill Kelly at 7.5. Patrick Sandoval at 7.5. What the hell have they been doing, man? Versus left hand pitching. Tampa Bay, they've been striking out like that? Tampa Bay, 97th and striking out versus left hand pitching only on only in only at 100 plate appearances. I don't know, man. They still WRC plus at 103 last year. Last year they were hitting left hand pitching, so I don't know about that. Left hand pitching to Tampa Bay Rays. Right, Tampa Bay Rays were where were they? It was still middle of the pack at striking out versus left hand pitching. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. How about let's see what I got. Burns up there. Let's go to Glass now, man. I'll take a stab at Glass now's K's, man. I'll take a stab at Glass now K's in this one. Damn, he gotta get 9 to cash it, man. He's got that shit though. Um, how about hits, runs, and RBIs, man? How about that? No, first. How about first inning runs allowed? Right. Um, I can see the under happening here, but I won't go there. Um, they didn't put that Seattle game up there because that's the one I wanted. You got Yankees. This Houston game could very well pop off for that. Damn, Josiah Gray and Josiah Gray. Who's gonna hit a bomb on his ass? Fuck. Tampa Bay and LA look enticing. Don't know. Hits, runs, and RBI. Mm. O'Hearn is up there. Fraley, I like Fraley. Benson, I like Benson. Freelick is interesting. Um, Stanton, Berger, Torres, Soto. Let's take Soto, man. Tim Anderson. I said watch out for Crawford, but I'm not taking him. Acuna is due. Arsha, Pete, one swing of the bat, home run, and some shit. Um, Cal Tucker, right? I was all over Cal Tucker, man. I like Cal Tucker today, but Reagans is a good pitcher, but I still like Cal Tucker today. Um, Adolis Garcia is at 2.5 in just in general, not without a fucking demon. Like, what the fuck? Chris Bryant at Mike Trout. Interesting. They don't have a lot of the guys that don't like it, right? And they probably gonna show up here in this demon section. Yelich, I like Yelich. Weather implications there. I like Yelich. Candelario, see, that's why I'm glad I was taking his bets, man, because his ass, he's sitting at a 1, 2.5. They didn't even give us his regular line. They didn't even give us his regular line. So, Spencer Steele, Volpe, Judge is due. Soto 2.5. Tim Anderson sitting at 2.5 for his demon. Austin Riley, Ozuna. Uh, I didn't see none of those Dodgers bats up there. I mean, MJ Melendez, Bakaswina. Okay, I'm gonna have to manually look at this here. Yandy Diaz. All right, I know what I got to do here. So let's go up here. Let's go. Let's type in Corey Seager, right? 1.5 total bases. 8 finishes score. 1.5 hits. Over 1.5 hits. I like that. 1.5 runs. I don't know about that. RBI. I like that. Uh, Interesting. Home runs. No hits, runs, and RBIs for Seager. They bogus, right? Adolis Garcia, right? Let's go 2.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. I think he finna smack a home run today. Uh, let's go Benson, because I said Benson, right? Will Benson, 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Uh, what else here? Pittsburgh Pirates, who's up to bat? Jackson Winsky, who hit that? What they hit, a home run? Or they, come on, you can get your hits, runs, and RBIs right here, bro. Straight up. Flat out. You bogus to say it. You flat out. What's up, throwbacks? Um, yeah, so let me see. Ryan O'Hearn. O'Hearn. Um, Corbin Carroll, his hits, runs, and RBIs at 3.5. Fuck. 3.5. How about Olson? A run, RBIs, 1.5 RBIs, 1.5 hits, singles, 2.5 total bases, no hits, runs, and RBIs. About Michael Harris, double. runs, run. Hmm. 2.5 total bases. Hmm. I know, right? I know. That's crazy, bro. I'll just take one of these guys, man. What? Who did I like? Let's just go back to. I just go to Ryan O'Hearn. Let's go to Ryan O'Hearn. Early games. Let's go there. Um, Corbin Burns, 7.5 strikeouts, over strikeouts for Glass now. 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs for Soto. 2.5 hits, runs, and RBIs for Garcia. I think he's going yard. Um, Will Benson, 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Ryan O'Hearn, 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Let's see what we can do there. And then how about on DraftKings? Let's see what we got here. Let's take start erasing people. Let's say, okay, Jackson Winsky down. Gunnar Henderson, no Mountcastle. Gunnar Henderson, a plus 120. That's a straight bet if I go there. Jose Ramirez, no weather. Will Benson can stay there. Candelario has to come down. He's on the same team. Yelich can stay there. Puke, no. Soto walks, one walk. I'm not gonna throw that in the parlay piece, but 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. That's a straight bet right there. Minus 110. That's a straight bet. Kirby outs. I'll take a stab at that. Burns, he can stay in there. The outs can stay in there. Olsen, 1.5 can stay there. Michael Harris, I'll take that out. Kyle Tucker, I'm gonna take this out for now. MJ Melendez, I'm gonna take that out. Nelson Velasquez, this is a straight bet. I'm straight betting. Plus 125. I'm not leaving that in there. I'm a straight bet that. Jordan Alvarez, I'm gonna leave him there. Otani, I'll probably just leave him there, right? He's been on fire. That's too many legs though. So I'm gonna take Otani down, take Alvarez down. Try to get to 5 legs, man. Try to get to 5 legs. Yelich 1.5, 1.5. Corbin Burns 17.5. Matt Olson 1.5. I got Olson on the other play. Mm, I'm gonna take Soto down. Oh, you know what? I can't have two from the same game. So I'll take Yelich down. I'll leave Benson up. And I'll put one more back up here. Battle props. Hits, runs, and RBIs. I don't have nobody from this game. Okay. Either that game. What are we looking like on this game? 2.5 for Christian Walker, 2.5 for Corbin Carroll. I'm gonna be betting these straight. Let's just go back to Let's go to Corey Seager on this one. Let's take Mookie Betts at 1.5. Let's take Mookie Betts at 1.5. So we'll have Will Benson 1.5, George Kirby 17.5 outs, Corbin Burns 17.5 outs, Matt Olson 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs, Mookie Betts 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Let's try that. That parlay comes out to a plus 1280. And you can just take what you like, man. Mookie Betts and Olson looks like a good one, man. 1.5s, you know what I'm saying? That looks like a good one, man. That looks like a good one, man. I'll be mixing and matching some of them, okay? As far as the money line parlay, um, money line parlay, I'll run. Let's see. Money line parlay, I will run. So FanDuel don't let you get outs or nothing like that. And then my favorite book would be not my favorite book overall, but Caesars, right? Caesars is the only book. Let me show y'all. Let me put y'all up on game real fast. Caesars is the put y'all up on game real fast. Caesars is the only book that lets you get a little bit more flexibility. I'm finna show y'all. You know, skip that. Exit registration. So they same game parlays. I like them. You know, for my playing style. For my playing style, I like they same game parlays because I said exit registration. Okay, MLB. Ooh, you came in clutch for sure. You definitely came in clutch with that one. I'm jealous of that shit. Um, so let's see. Right, so let's go with this one, right? Let's say, so yeah, but some things you can do and some things you can't do. So let's look at the same game parlay. Like no book is not gonna let you. No book won't let you go over. Oh, you can plus 126 for Corbin Burns strikeouts. What is they on FanDuel? Corbin Burns 7.5 strikeouts for him. Same thing. So either way it go, they'll let you. They'll put you. You can put strikeouts in there. Same game parlay. You can put outs in this same game parlay. You can put the numbers might not add up the way you want them to, but you can, right? You can put hits allowed in there in the same game parlay. You could put the win in there. You could put the win in there, the pitcher to get a win in there. Now the doubles and the runs scored. I mean runs and the alternates. The alternates they don't have a lot of alternate suggestions. But if you like to bet on strikeouts and outs and the pitchers to win, that's another underrated prop, like to win and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So they let you put those insane game parlays, but you gotta and then the money line. You could throw a money line in there or something like that. whatever case may be. Oh, that's a run line, but like a money line or something like that, some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You can alternate total runs in there. You got hits in there. Just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? If you got a little bankroll over there and you got to play, if you don't like their lines, but you got to play, you want to run a outs line and a money line, boom, you can go over there and get you a plus money for that on a parlay side. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's good to have X amount of books at your disposal because you know what you can do with this book. I know what I can do with this book. I know what I can do with this book. FanDuel, I know what. I know I can't. I like to bet outs. I can't get them over there unless I bet them live. But FanDuel, I can go get FanDuel. What makes FanDuel so unique? I can go over here to FanDuel, and I can come over here, and I can take 5+ total bases for a motherfucker. If I know they finna go crazy, I can come over here and straight bet it. I come over here and straight bet 5 total bases for somebody if I know they finna go crazy. Or I can take like and I could fucking parlay them up too, right? Yeah, I can parlay them up. Or I could take one individual and then go get another guy. So like I was saying, if I'm like I ain't bet home run parlays to this year yet. I bet them every day. I bet one every day. $2.50. Yeah, $2.50. A home run parlay for $2.50. Yes, last year. I would round robin it for $2.50 and the parlay it for $2.50. $5 a day. But I'd just rather go total bases. If I really like Gunnar Henderson, I'll take him for 3. If I like him to go yard, I'll take him for 3 total bases. So let's see. Gunnar Henderson. Who else? Christian Yelich or somebody. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that on other books. DraftKings, you would have to take 2 from each. You have to go into same game parlay mode, take 2 from each game and do that shit. You know what I'm saying? So each books, you gotta know what you're capable of doing on each book, right? So at the end of the day, that sums it up, man. That's it. Oh, the money line parlay. Let's see if we can get a money line parlay. I don't want to do no money line parlay, but it is what it is. Weather implications here for Cleveland. I like Arizona today. I ain't gonna lie, I like Arizona today. A 3-leg or something, a 4-leg or something. The Rangers, right? Probably 1.5 right here, right? This is the top player today. I would probably have to say the Texas Rangers -1 on the 1.5, man. Straight up, that's probably gonna have to be the top play. I'm gonna call it, right? I'm gonna call it. The top play is probably gonna have to be uh Texas Rangers -1.5, man. That's the play that I would hang my hat on today. I like the Dodgers today, right? It's only well, I do like the Dodgers. It's a matter of time for somebody knock the shit out of grass now, though. I'm tell you that. No problem, throwbacks. No problem, throwbacks. So if you don't want to play that, you don't have to play that, man. But that's a money line parlay. I mean, at the end of the day, I ain't gonna lie. It's only 2 that I'm most confident in, and that would be the Texas Rangers and the Cleveland Guardians, right? So I'm gonna end up taking those 2, and hopefully I get to plus money. I'm taking the 1.5 for Texas. I'm taking the 1.5 for Texas. Um, quick overview of the weather one more time for you guys before I get out of here. I'll refresh this to see if he made any changes. Baltimore, cool temperatures, winds blowing in from right center at 10 miles an hour. Chicago, the same shit, man. Same shit. Same weather forecast. Chicago or Cleveland, a batch of storms fires up in game and sticks around for a few hours. Rain around Milwaukee and Cincinnati. Yeah, for sure. For sure. It's just a lot of lefties, man. A lot of lefties. What I know about Glass now, it's a lot, but he should strike the hell out of them guys. Oh yeah, and then the parlay, the let me see. See. The Hail Mary parlay, I'm gonna go at least 10 strikeouts apiece for Burns and let's see if that works. See if that works, right? See if we can get a 10-10. Ten for Burns and 10 for Glass now. Might throw $5 on this here. Pair performance doubles, what they have? You could even get higher numbers if you go 10 strikeouts in the win. For Glass now, 10 strikeouts for Glass now probably gonna be plus 190 or some shit, man. Plus 250, okay. It's 1,800 right there. Or you can tease them down, whatever you want to do. I think these two guys are in a wonderful spot for strikeouts today. What's that lineup again? Let's see. This Boston lineup. David Hamilton, Reese McGuire, Emmanuel Valdez, and Rafaela. Shit, them motherfuckers. I don't know, bro. They in store for something, right? Let me see. So, and then I don't know what this lineup gonna look like, but they all strike. That's mostly all those Minnesota Twins guys strike out. But if I'm telling you, man, I'm telling you, those Minnesota Twins bats, they were popping in a certain way that was like, man, they was in good position. When Glasnow folds, he folds against lefties, man. The projected lineup, when Glasnow folds, he folds versus lefties. And this Minnesota Twins can put out some lefties, man. They can put out some lefties. Where's that Dodgers game, man? And I know I just went past it. Right. Uh, okay, stop fucking playing. All right, there you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's with two switches. They can put some lefties out there, man. They can put some lefties out there. All the motherfuckers strike out though, man. It is what it is. They do that yeah. Okay. Twins usually come back eighth and ninth if through that all, right? So you could downsize that shit to a first five. Shit like that. if you taking the money lines and shit like that, you can take them on the first five things like that, right? Yeah, I love Otani today. He's been, you just gotta ride that wave, man. Ride that wave with somebody like Otani. He's been killing it, right? What and then the prize picks play. I didn't look at Otani. I did want to look up Otani and see what they have for him out. One and a half total bases, two and a half total bases. I like that. Two and a half total bases, three and a half total bases. So they got two different types of demons. One and a half hits is a demon. One and a half hits looks good for a demon. One and a half runs, one and a half RBIs. I guess it is what it is, right? Yeah, first five, first three, right, for sure. Kennedy. Otani Doodle hit a home run. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, yeah, for sure. I think he had like 8 bases last game. All right. Well, that sums it up, man. I'm getting ready to go on the road. So I don't know. Maybe I might drop in tomorrow with some plays, maybe from my phone, something like that. So look out for an upload. Then then Thursday, Friday, no, Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night at work. So maybe I'll try to come on and condense it to some plays or just a hit list. I don't know. You guys let me know how y'all would think I should do it in the comments. But at the end of the day, I enjoy doing this, man. I enjoy doing this. I promise it'll get it's gonna get the videos ain't gonna be that long. You know what I'm saying? In the future, but it's the beginning of the season. I will drive safe. Appreciate that. And end of the day, man, be safe out there in them gambling streets, guys. Peace out. Mhm.